सही चल रहा है। मैं ठीक तो बैठ के तो होंगे है ना, नहीं जाओ कर। हाँ, वॉइस तो वैसे हो रही है सही।
Once again, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to the afternoon session of ICC SEM 2026. I hope you all had a refreshing lunch break and are now energized and ready to continue with the session 2 of the ICC SEM 2026. Before proceeding with today's research presentation, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge and felicitate our respected session chair, Dr. Sapna Chaudhary. I request our respected director sir to kindly come forward and felicitate our Dr. Sapna Chaudhary with a 2C sapling as a token of our respect and gratitude. Thank you so much, sir. Please give a warm round of applause for Dr. Sapna Chaudhary. Thank you, ma'am, for chairing the session. And now, without any further delay, let's move on to our technical presentations. For the first paper, that is from Atomic Order to Conscious Life, a scientific and philosophical exploration of the structure, law, and organized existence, I invite Dr. Cindy Saxena to present her research work.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good afternoon to one and all my teacher. So the topic of my presentation is connecting from atomic order to conscious life with spirituality and the Bhagavad Gita. So how spirituality can be related with physics is a very fascinating question, and I am sure that every one of us have ever tried to find out the connection. So before starting my presentation, let me ask a very simple question. Why we are here? I think to share knowledge, share ideas. So again, one simple question: can any one of us define what is knowledge? Knowledge. Actually, in present context, we connect knowledge with education or degree or information. But there is a huge difference among the meaning of all education, knowledge, degree, and qualification. So anyone will try what is knowledge? Especially students, what is knowledge? Only then we can understand the depth of the paper, how physics can be related with spirituality. Knowledge. Okay, whenever we think about any scientist, what are the name comes in our mind? Any scientist? Yes, Priyanka ma'am? Any scientist name? Einstein? Newton? Edison? Okay, let me read one statement and try to judge who has said this. I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore. Am I audible? I am repeating. I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore while the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. One scientist has accepted his that I am like a child who is playing at the seashore with pebbles, and why the whole sea of truth is still undiscovered. Any guess? मैं जहाँ पर ज्ञान की बात आती है तो आई एम लाइक अ बॉय, छोटा बच्चा हूँ जो क्या कर रहा है, कोई प्लेइंग विद पेबल्स, पत्थरों से खेल रहा है, कहाँ पर, समुद्र के किनारे, एंड स्टिल वास्ट सी ऑफ नॉलेज इज स्टिल अनडिस्कवर्ड, जो अभी तक मैंने ज्ञान की बोध नहीं ली है. सो इट वाज न्यूटन. एट हिज लास्ट स्टेज ही एक्सेप्टेड, एंड व्हाई ही हैज एक्सेप्टेड दिस, उसने क्यों एक्सेप्ट किया कि आई एम लाइक अ बॉय. अगर न्यूटन कह रहा है कि मैं बॉय हूँ जो समुद्र के किनारे पत्थरों से खेल रहा हूँ, सो वेयर वी आर स्टैंडिंग, हमको लगता है सिटी में भी नहीं रहे जहाँ पर वो समुद्र बह रहा है. तो व्हाई न्यूटन हैज एक्सेप्टेड हिज इग्नोरेंस, उसने क्यों एक्सेप्ट करी इग्नोरेंस, बिकॉज ही न्यू आई डिडंट नो एनीथिंग. मिर्जा गालिब हैज एक्सेप्टेड जाना कि कुछ नहीं जाना, कि मैंने इतना ही जान पाया हूँ कि मैं कुछ नहीं जान पाया. सो बिफोर, without taking too much of time, let me start my paper, and I hope at the end of my paper we can understand how spirituality can be connected with science. And first, how science and spirituality they are different. At first, they are very different. Physics asks, what does physics ask? क्या पूछती है physics हमसे? What are the laws governing? How does the universe work? What is matter, energy, and space? And physics relies on observation, experiments, testable predictions on Newton's law of motion, Einstein's theory of relativity. And what does spirituality ask? Who am I? Why I am here? What is consciousness? How can we achieve peace and contentment? It explores through meditation, prayer, mindfulness, personal experience. तो फिजिक्स कहती है कि दुनिया कैसे चल रही है, एंड स्पिरिचुअलिटी कहती है मैं कौन हूँ और मुझे क्या चाहिए. आई एम नॉट टेकिंग टू मच ऑफ टाइम. सो बोथ थिंग रिमाइंड अस ह्यूमन नॉलेज इज अनलिमिटेड, एज तुलसीदास हैज सेड हरि अनंत हरि कथा अनंत था. सो वी कैन नॉट सी कि हम नॉलेज को पा सकते हैं. फिजिक्स के पास कुछ रूल्स है, रेगुलेशन है, बट स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज वेरी वास्ट. वी कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इट इन अ सिंगल पेपर. The divine is infinite and its manifestations are beyond complete human comprehension. So we have three perspectives. Galileo, life is infinite. Newton, knowledge is limited. And Tulsidas, reality is infinite. Perhaps this is where science and spirituality meet most beautifully in humanity. Science teaches us that every discovery opens new questions. Spirituality teaches us that ultimate reality may always exceed the limitation of human intellect. Therefore, perhaps spirituality is not about claiming that we possess the ultimate truth, but about having the humility to continue searching for it. So, in conclusion, I would like to say human life is infinite, human knowledge is limited, but the search for truth is infinite. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an interesting and wonderful research work presentation. Next paper we have AI-driven traffic prediction and congestion management, a deep learning and reinforcement learning framework for intelligent transportation system. Please welcome Mahendra Kumar Sonkar to present this paper.
Good afternoon to all. Actually, nowadays traffic congestion is major issue in metro city. And this kind of project, many students are doing such kind of project. Then why not this new one? My project is my paper is AI-driven traffic prediction and congestion management. By using AI technique, we can predict and suggest some solution. This is RV, this is some comparison is there. All the time traffic load is not predictable. Sometimes some kind of accident and other things happen. So sometimes things may be random, not predictable nicely. So these two jobs done by AI. First one is predict. We predict so that we can prepare in advance and then try to control the traffic. These are the first we collected statistics, then we train our data by using some machine learning algorithms. And deep learning is also involved. Graph networks. Actually, traffic is just like network. And by using in graph theory, earlier it was mathematically modeled by graph theory applications. So graph network application is also used, and then transformation. Obviously prediction research is there, and then control mechanism, how to control the traffic congestion and problem associated with it. So this is our idea. Road sensor data and then prediction module. It goes to control module. Control mechanism, which kind of control strategy we are going to follow, and we can modify smarter signal timings. Signal timings and their frequency and their sequence also. Then how we forecast our traffic, obviously looking at neighbors and history, recent history, maybe of 1 month or 2 months, 3 months, and by using these two, we can make forecasts. Then what is going to next day, most probable timing of heavy traffic condition. Then we can control signal to make our idea efficient. This is about how we tested it. City-wise, a simulated 16 interaction urban network built in Sumo widely used traffic simulator, and the traffic realistic morning and evening rush hours, as we know, based on the standard benchmark data sets, and we compare our system against older forecasting methods, and some methods are there, and older signal control, and there was fixed timing, actuated signal agent RL. This is the chart. We can see weather traffic forecast. First one is older, ARIMA, then SVR, LSTM is better, and graph model, that is GCN, is one of the best among these. Smoother traffic, we can see herein and compare. Average delay, lower is better, obviously, and average queue length, lower is better, obviously. So we can take these two as separate parameters and draw the charts and analyze them to get better solutions. And now what is left? We can improve further. You can see messy data is scaling up explainability and real pilots. Big data is being used also. Traffic AI works better when it stops reacting and starts predicting. So thank you. I am working on it further, and next time when we meet, you will see lots of work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable research work with us. Next, we have an AI-based student placement prediction system using machine learning techniques for early employability assessment. I request Dr. Neeraj Singh to come forward and present your research work.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Respected delegates and all the higher chairperson and all faculty members and all my respected students. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. Well, myself, Dr. Neeraj Singh. I am Assistant Professor, Department at Computer Science and Engineering, Uttarakhand Technical University, Dehradun. Today, I am here to present insights of my research work, which is based on artificial intelligence, which help us to placement the students. So the topic name is an artificial intelligence based on a student placement prediction system by using of the machine learning techniques, early probability estimate, organized by Mangalmay Institute of Management and Technology. Okay, firstly, we are going to start about the roadmap, what we will discuss in this paper. First, research method, motivation and research problems, literature review and research gap, proposed AI/ML methodology, data set and many features, machine learning models, evaluation and comparative analysis, discussion, limitations and future work, and conclusion. Before going to start, I would like to say all the students, please be careful about all slides. First, what the research I have done in this paper. First one is that the career bridge, which campus placement connect the higher education with professional employment. Second, institutional indicators, which is placement the performance of reflected student, the capabilities and training quality. Third one, the early support, which is prediction to can be identified the students how many need to additional academic or skill support, which we are doing and perform in everyday classes. Data-driven decision, AI/ML can be transformed the traditional placement process into the decision support system. Before your information, I would like to say that after reading this all slides, you will analyze how the AI is helpful to predict our job placement for the students of 4th year or 3rd year. What the problem we are getting inside of this research, the traditional evaluation rely heavily on grade aptitude tests, interviews and manual assessment. Manual analysis may not be capture complex relationship among the employability factors. Exciting the studies may be also single algorithm and limited data sets. The research need to compare multiple machine learning programming and algorithms using the standard evaluation of metrics. The research objective inside of the research paper, developing the AI-based system, compare the logistic regression and decision tree, evaluate model using by accuracy and recall of the F1 score and ROC and AUC. Identify the influence employability factor to support target for the intervention. Literature review for key finding. First, as I have given the Dhanlakshmi and Satish, they have research on there and given their statements. What is the research gap in AI for the student placement? First one is limited data set from the single institutions can restricted generalizability. Many of the studies emphasize the predictive accuracy more than explainability. Many of the different educational environments may also produce different model of performance. There are some proposed methodology which can be used for the AI techniques to develop the prediction of job placement. Data collection, data pre-processing, feature selections, model training and evaluation and comparative analysis, which will be targeted as a focus placement status, that is binary classification of placed or unplaced, cannot placed. That is the data set and target variable what we have to target in AI techniques, that is database source, which is a campus placement database obtained by the Kagan platform and containing the historical student placement record. Second one, the target variable placement status binary. If it is placed 1, then 1, not placed, that is 0. Academic scores, higher secondary, and their bachelor's, UG and PG. Employability test and aptitude test can be proceed. Background, working experience, specialization, educational goals, etc. Dataset attributes. First, as I have given in my previous slides, academic scores, employability, background, and test variable and dataset score. These all are the explaining on there. Data processing, like remove the duplicate slides, handling the missing values, and encode the categories of data, scale the features, and all train test split, which can be recognized by the data what you have collected from your institutions and different students. Then you can write as I have written there. The training set is 80% of data set, testing set that is 20% of data set, and pre-processing improve the data quality and comparability of machine learning algorithm. The feature sections may be declared with the goal to remain the relevant and remove redundant attributes. Some benefits for the lower model complexity, selected feature for the higher secondary and UG and PG, all the approximate test score, work experience, specialization, technical skills, communication skills, internship experience, as you have done before your UG and PG. Machine learning models, what can be used to improve the AI techniques in modern era, that is logistic regressions, that is binary classification baseline, estimates the placement probability, the decision tree, where the encrypted tree structure based on informative feature to split, which is help us to understand easily, random forest, supporting vector machine and expose. The model training strategy, what should we have? That is pre-proceed the data of divided into training and testing subsets by using of the ratio of 80 and 20. 80% is training and 20% is testing. training data which is used to learn the relationship between student attributes and placement status. As we have the testing data, K4 and Greek research random which you can learn inside of the research. The performance evaluation matrix. First one is the accuracy overall the classification of correctness, then precision the quality of positive placement, recall the ability and identity the relevant place, classes, F1 score, ROG and confusion matrix by TP, TA and FT. Experimental setup which is implementation environment by the Python in Google Play, Libras, Pandas and some others like in their data. And data set is split into the same ratio 80 and 20. 80% is training, 20% is testing. 5 classifications are trained for the evaluate that is given here. Evaluate the function accuracy, recall F1 score and something. Further confection of the matrix which we can use here. Comparative analysis. The models are comparative with the prediction of the performance, efficiency and their generalization capabilities. Decision tests offer to the interpretability but can be susceptible of the overfitting. Random forest and some highlighted strong assemble approaches can also be interaction. The result and the interpretations, what the paper stabilized, what is the number of numerically reported and interpretations, as you can also look at. The key employability of the insight by research paper, that is employability influenced by the multiple factors, that is rather than the academic performance alone. Academic performance remains an input, that is the important input. Aptitude, the test score contribution in the placement prediction, technical skills, internships, certificates and project experience and the strength of radiance. The communication availability, that is the soft skills should be developed alongside the technical and the practical impact for the institutions, that is the identify at risk student, that is targeted training, monitoring and counseling, better placement for the radiance and data driven planning. There is also potential like aptitude training, coding workshop, mock interviews, skill enhancement and career counseling. All the things and all the techniques we are using presently in our classes. But what is the procedure to techniques to develop the AI that help in the student placement prediction? That is our main motto. Some are the limitations in this techniques. One is the model's effectiveness depends on dataset quality, size and diversity. Single institution database may be not generalized in a different educational background or regions. Economics conditions, requirement for the policies, company specified section for criteria and difficult compared to the fulfillment of their data set. Personal interest and many other factors for the influence of placement but are not full representative. My future research direction, that is the large multi-institutional and geographical diversity database, advanced deep learning by the help of these techniques, many more employability features like coding assessment, certificate and many of the hackathons and internship quality and leadership quality that will improve your job placement prediction. Web cloud development for the real-time predictions, skill gap analysis, personalized recommendation that is also beneficial for the student placement prediction. Conclusion of all over the research, that is AI/ML provided by the data-driven framework for the early student placement, that is the prediction of proposed system combining the feature selection, model development and competitive evaluation, which we are doing inside of our classes. 5 supervisor models which we are giving here. Early prediction can also help the institutions to provide the target support before campus recruitment. And the future work should be improved scalability, explainability and fairness and real world development. Some selected references are there where we have taken the help inside of our research paper. The name is given here, you can also take it. Thank you so much. Actually, our topic is based on before the placement of student. That how the AI model is used to find out the job placement on the base of it.
For the basic also we need to assess what is the
Yeah, we can also take it. Yes, sir. We can also take some classes. We can connect to
what details regarding
we can take motivational classes. We can take some yoga trainers to reduce the stress of students.
what is the expected by now. I think any presentation, any
The AI cannot be apparently used, but it can help in the creation of job. Job is like using the techniques, cloud, AI techniques, machine learning techniques, and many more techniques. What we can use AI.
Thank you, sir, for the very innovative and wonderful research work. Next paper in the row is by loading slot and using coupling design of a compact rectangular patch antenna for WLAN. For this, I would like to invite Dr. Ravi Prasad to share his research work.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Ravi Prasad, Associate Professor from the Institute of Medical Technology, Greater Noida. My paper is by loading slot and unique complete design of compact rectangular patch in the for development. This is actually the work done by my student who is done and led. This is the presentation outline, introduction, patch dimension, internet texture design, solution, period and discussion, conclusion and last references. This is the just introduction of patch antenna. This is the widely used antenna used in different field of communication like ground to air communication, such as aircraft, spacecraft, satellite and missile communication. Because it is a low profile and lightweight antenna, so this is the most advantage we have put for the community gravity and good efficiency. But due to some limit also here, that like this is the it has low efficiency, low bandwidth, less gain. So to improve this demerits, we have designed different techniques in the patch antenna for improving the different parameters like bandwidth, gain, and so on. So in this paper we have to design an antenna which improve the bandwidth. This is the for patch antenna, the main dimension of the antenna is length and width. So this is the formula for finding the length and width of the patch antenna. Here W is the width and C is the your intensity of light, the speed of light. Epsilon is the relative coefficient. Alpha is the reference frequency. Alpha is the reference frequency by which we get the antenna and length and width. Epsilon is the effective static constant. H is the height of the substrate. This antenna is fabricated on the dielectric and the substrate which has dielectric constant 4.44 and the height and the thickness will be thickness is 1.6 mm. So for the antenna structure design, we have used FR4 material whose constant dielectric constant is 4.44 and the thickness is 1.6 and the loss tangent for this antenna is 2.02. This is the conversion parameter for designing the antenna. And for designing this antenna, we use the slot and coupling in the radiating patch of the antenna. For this, we use different dimensional. We have different dimensional parameters, which is shown in the table 1 slide. It's shown in the next slide. And for the simulation of this antenna, we use I3D software because this is the most old technique. But now this time there are several latest technology like HFSS or CST. But this antenna is designed with the help of I3D simulation software. So this is the different parameters for the antenna. Ground plane width is 39.44, ground length is 48.04, patch width is 29.44, and patch length is 38.04. So the ground is always greater than the radiating patch, which is 6x more than the length and width of the patch. For the coupling and slotting, we have different dimensions. So this is the structure of the antenna. Before that, we have conventional type antenna, and this antenna we have different. We draw the radiating patch in different slots and coupling, by which we improve the efficiency or we improve the bandwidth of the antenna. In radiating patch, when we simulate this without any slot and coupling, we have two bands, but the bandwidth is very less. So this is the simulation result of the full antenna, where we observe that the pressure bandwidth is 52.28. Before that we have two bands, but less bandwidth. But in this antenna, observe that we have large bandwidth like 52.28, which lies between 1.6 GHz to 2.83 GHz. And the original frequency of this antenna is 2.54, on which we have return losses for minus 43.44. So this is the different parameters also we observe in the simulation, gain versus frequency, activity versus frequency. We observe that the maximum gain of this antenna is 3.162 and efficiency 90.44, and the return loss is minus 43.4 at the frequency 2.64. So this is the work and the conclusion for the simulation and fitting. We used video microstrip fit line, but there are so many video fitting techniques. We used coaxial, coplanar, but for this designing we used microstrip line feed. And for the simulation software, we use I3D software tool. But this is a little bit older technique. Now this scenario we can use HFSS or CST technique, CST software for the simulation. So in the future work we can done this designing with the help of HFSS and CST also. In this paper we only done the simulation part. We can also fabricate this designing with the help of different specific techniques. The enhanced simulation flexible bandwidth is between 2.28. Maybe shows the good bandwidth for the different applications, like we use this antenna in WM technique. And the gain and efficiency also has improved by doing the slotting and coupling. For the enhancing the bandwidth, we can use also stepping, notching. There are so many techniques for improving the bandwidth, but in this paper we use only slotting and coupling. For the future work, we can perform this designing with the HFSS and CST also. So in future we can perform this design in the help of HFSS. So these are the references for this paper. Any queries? Because we have to enhance the bandwidth. So we have a sorting technique and notching technique. In this technique we use just a digital time method for improving the bandwidth. Okay, there is no any specific design process for sorting and for coupling. But by different style, by different matching technique or different sorting technique or different arrays technique, can improve the Yeah. I have to find out everything is recent but not disputable. By tax rule. Right. What year next? By tax. But in this slide here, but in the paper we have.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your research work with us. Next paper lined up is Recent Advances in Electric Vehicle Technology, a comprehensive review. For this, I would like to call upon Dr. Neeraj Kumar Sharma.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akal Singh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akal Singh, and today I am here to present a review paper titled "Recent Advances in Electrical Vehicle in Comprehensive Review." And I am presenting this paper on behalf of Neeraj Kumar Sharma. So, in this paper, I will talk to you how electric vehicle technology works, their different components like batteries and charging infrastructure, future enhancement, and current challenges and benefit of electrical vehicle technology. Let's start with abstraction. So, over the past few years, electric vehicle or EV have become a major solution to replace traditional petrol or diesel vehicles. Traditional vehicle causes air pollution and rely on limited fossil fuels. Our review paper covers the major improvement in core EV parts. This includes better batteries, efficient electric motors, fast charging, and smart energy management systems. We also look at how advanced tools like smart energy management systems, AI, and Internet of Things and vehicle-to-grid connection are turning EV into smart energy storage system. Moving to the next slide, introduction. So why do we urgently need electrical vehicles? The transportation sector is responsible for nearly 29% of global greenhouse gas emissions. This contributes heavily to air pollution and global warming. EV solve this problem because they produce zero tailpipe emission. While driving, another use reason is energy efficiency. A regular petrol engine wasted most of its energy by means of heat and uses only about 20 to 30% of its energy to move the car. In contrast, an electrical vehicle converts 60 to 70% of stored electrical energy directly to the wheels. This makes EV more efficient. Why electric vehicle required? Let us look at the main reason why electrical vehicles are superior choice. The first one is environmental benefit. They eliminate harmful tailpipe pollutant and reduce noise pollution, creating quieter cities. Second one is lower running cost. Electricity is generally cheaper than traditional fossil fuels like petroleum or diesel. And third one is lower maintenance. Traditional engines have hundreds of moving mechanical parts, but EV vehicle does not need such complex maintenance. And third one is convenience. Drivers can easily charge their vehicles at home overnight, just like charging a smartphone. So move on to the next slide. Type of electrical vehicles. Mainly, there are four main types of electrical vehicles. These are BEV, that is battery electrical vehicle, which runs 100% on battery power and require external plug-in. And second one is HEV, hybrid electrical vehicle. These combine petrol engine and electric motors and does not need plug-in. It charges itself while running. And third one is PHEV, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. These have both engine and mainly it runs on battery and secondly runs on internal combustion engine. So last one is FCEV, fuel cell electrical vehicle. These are hydrogen fuel cells. and generate their own electricity on road. So move on to the next slide. History of EVs. Many people think electric vehicles are brand new invention, but actually these are introduced in late 18s and early 19s. Electric cars were extremely popular. In fact, around 28% of cars in US in approx 1928, it became more popular in US because of its convenience. Like these are quieter than petrol cars and also easy to carry on cities. But when petrol and coal become cheaper, they are overused. Now move on to the next EV, like regenerative braking. In this, a moving car charge itself by braking system by using kinetic energy generated using deceleration of vehicles. Now the next slide, battery ranges and BMS capabilities. In past, EV could only travel around 100 to 120 kilometers on a single charge, but today, due to higher energy density in electric battery, it can run easily achieve 250 to 300 kilometers. And the premium model also exceeds the limit by 600 kilometers in a single charge. Now move to the next slide, charging infrastructure and levels. There are three levels to charge a battery. Level 1 includes AC level 1, which requires only 120 volt. Generally, home power, we can charge a AC level 1 battery by plugging into a whole night charge. And the second one is AC level 2, which requires 240 watts. And it charges 100 kilometers in an hour. These are generally found in charging stations in public places. And last one is DC fast charging. It directly charges vehicle at high speed and provides 20 to 40 minutes. In 20 to 40 minutes, it charges 80% of battery. Now move to the next slide, advantage and current challenges. While electric vehicles offer incredible benefits, we must also address their limitations. The main advantage of electrical vehicles are zero tailpipe emission, much lower maintenance and smooth acceleration, and the ability to charge using renewable energy sources like solar power. Current challenges include many buyers who still experience range anxiety, which is the fear of running out of charge before reaching to the destination. Additionally, initial purchase price remains higher than regular traditional cars. Public charging infrastructure is still growing and recycling coal batteries is an ongoing environmental challenge. So last slide is future horizon and smart technology. The future of electric mobility relies on three groundbreaking innovations. One is solid state battery. Instead of liquid inside the battery, solid state battery uses solid materials. They store twice as much energy, cannot catch fire, and can be charged in just 10 to 15 minutes. Second one is vehicle to grid. It is the way you charge electric battery, and you can also transfer the power from battery to your home appliances. And last one is AI smart charge. AI software studies electricity price and changing habits. It automatically schedules charging late at night when electricity is cheapest and safer for power grid. So let's conclude today's presentation. The electrical vehicles are not longer just an alternative. They are the future of global transportation. Continuous research in solid state chemistry, fast charging, and artificial intelligence will make EV more affordable, safer, and convenient for everyone. So thank you so much for today's attention and your time.
so much for presenting your paper in ICC SEM 2026. Our next paper is our Revolution for Robosurgery, Research Challenges. To present this research work, I would like to call Mr. Himanshu Dubey.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Himanshu Dubey from Department of Computer Science. Today I am presenting my paper. Robosurgery, a revolution of a surgical technology. Robotic engineering represents a transformation in a modern surgical technology. It combines robotic artificial intelligence, high precision instrument, medical imaging, and computer assistant technology to support surgeons during the complex procedures. Next one is the evolution of the surgical robotics. It's one is first one is 260. It's the first robot. 260 is the first robot for the neurological surgeries and the biopsy. Second one is a robot performs the first autonomous prostate tissues removal. Third is Darwin system. It's one of the best system to robotic medical emergencies and the robotic treatments. So first point is robotic surgery. Robotic surgery application. First is urology. Second is cardiothoracic, and third one is gastrointestinal, and fourth one is orthopedic and neuro. First is urology. Robotic systems are used for the procedure of the radical protectomy and the partial nephrectomy. Is high precision for the extreme impotence. Second one is cardiothoracic surgery, like heart treatment, where use the robotic assistant can support the procedure such as cornea artery bypass and the multi-vessels devascularization through the minimal invasive approaches. Third one is orthopedic and the neurosurgeon. Robotic surgeries can assist the hip and knee replacement where the accurate implanted positioning in the implant. There can also assist procedures such as the electrodes placement in epilepsy treatments. As you know, the Darwin system is the intuitive surgery like the minimal invasive and the high precision software and the robotic machines. They use the highly precision under pressure doctors to use the best result. So that's why. And third one is advantage of the traditional surgery. High precision and control, minimal invasive, 3D visions and neuronomics. First one is precision and control. Robotic instrument can provide the enhancement accuracy during the tissues multiplications and the instrument placement. Second, minimal invasive surgeries. Robotic procedure can be performed through the smaller incisions. Third one is traditional laparoscopy commonly provides two-dimensional visualization. Another one is agronomics. traditional laparoscopic surgeries can require surgeon to maintain the uncomfortable posture for the long period. Robotic system can provide a more ergonomic operating positions for better visualization, better control, smaller axis, and better ergonomics. This is the application of the robotics, mainly the cost. Davnik $1.5 million soft machines, तो highly precision, तो highly हमारे सर्जरीज होती हैं जिसमें कॉस्ट बनाने में एक मेजर कॉस्ट है जो लगती है अराउंड 2008 में बनाया गया था जो $1.5 million का है. Next one is clinical and robotic traditional protectomy and orthopedic surgeries and the learning curve. So, next one is major challenges and barriers. So major challenges for the cost and the disposal instrument, maintenance, software updates, technical support, surgeon training, and the staff training. Also, we know that the robotic training is mainly updates in the artificial era. So, every staff member, also a doctor, is highly knowledgeable, and the one is highly training. So that's why it's highly common. Firstly, system integration, the complete picture, pre-operate planning. Second one is medical imaging, registration. Third one is intra-operative imaging and the robotic assistant. And fourth is haptic feedback. Next is the future direction of the energy innovation. Future direction, energy-based tool, flexible, steerable needles. Third, 3D printing, nanostructure. Fourth, force transducer. And thank you. So the future for the direction of the robotic surgery, smarter, easier, and more affordable for the average nation in the upcoming. Thank you. It's a review paper.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your research work. The next paper headline is Artificial Intelligence in Human Resource Management, Opportunities, Challenges, and Ethical Implications, a systematic literature review. I welcome Dr. Aparna Srivastava to present her research work. First of all, I would like to greet all of you who are gathered here. A very good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Aparna Srivastava, and today I am pleased to present my research paper titled AI in Human Resource Management, Opportunities, Challenges and Ethical Implications. In this presentation, I will briefly discuss how AI is transforming HRM, the opportunity it creates, the challenges and ethical concerns associated with its adoption, and why human oversight is essential.
My presentation is organized into 6 key areas. First, I will introduce the research context and explain why AI in HRM has become important. Second, I will discuss the research gap and objective. Third, I will explain the methodology used in the study. Then I will present the major opportunities followed by the challenges and ethical implications. Finally, I will conclude the key messages of the study, acknowledge the resources and supporting research. Let me begin with a simple question. What happened when AI start participating in decisions traditionally handled by HR professionals? Today, AI is increasingly being integrated into human resources function. It is being used in recruitment, employee engagement, learning and development, performance management, and workforce planning. Technologies such as machine learning, predictive analytics, natural language processing, chatbot, and generative AI are helping organizations automate repetitive HR activities and making processing faster and more data-driven. However, this transformation also creates an important responsibility. AI-based HR decisions can involve algorithmic bias, involve data privacy, lack of transparency, and questions of accountability. Therefore, the central issue is not simply whether organizations use AI, but how they can use AI responsibly. Look, how we should use it responsibly. This sounds much more like a responsible guide. Now coming to the research gap. Previous studies have examined individual AI application in HRM, but there is comparatively limited integrated discussions of opportunities. Limited integrated. Implementation challenges and ethical implication together. In addition, the implication of generative AI in HRM are still inadequately covering earlier literature. Therefore, this is study attempt to provide a more holistic perspective. Based on this gap, the study has 5 major objectives. The first is to examine AI application across HRM function. The second is to identify opportunities and efficiently gain. Third, to map implementation challenges. The fourth is to analyze ethical implementation. And the fifth, last but not the least, to propose recommendation for responsible AI adoption. To address these objectives, we adopted a systematic literature review methodology that gives you a natural transition to the methodology. Now moving to the material and methods. For the study, a systematic literature review or SLR methodology was adopted to ensure rigor and reproducibility. Relevant peer reviewing study published between 2020 and 2025 was sourced from reputable academic databases. The study was free and selected based on their relevance to AI application in HRM. The selected literature was then categorized into 4 major dimensions: AI application, opportunities, challenges, and ethical implementation. Finally, the finding was synthesized by integrating technological and managerial and ethical perspectives. Now moving to the flowchart. Literature screening, categorization, synthesis, finding. So, in simple terms, we move from existing literature to systematic screening, thematic categorization and finally, and integrated synthesis. This makes the methodology easy for the audience to understand.
Now moving to the result. Coming to the findings and literature indicate several important opportunities created by AI in HR. Now moving to the recruitment and administration. First, AI can make recruitment faster and more efficient and can reduce administrative workload by automating repetitive activities. Second one is decision making. AI-enabled data-driven workforce planning and stronger strategic HR decision support, allowing HR professionals to work with layers of volume of organizational data. Number 3 is employees. AI can support personalized learning and development, improve employee experience and stronger performance management. The fourth one is retention. Finally, AI supported analytics can contribute to talent retention by helping organizations identify workforce patterns and support more informed HR decisions. With a real life example, we will see. However, every opportunity comes with a corresponding responsibility. The literature highlights 5 major concerns. Number 1 is bias, number 2 is privacy, number 3 is transparency, number 4 is workforce replacement, and number 5 is human oversight. Privacy. Second is employee data. First of all, we will talk about bias. First is algorithmic bias. If historical organizational data contain discrimination, an AI system may reproduce or even amplify those patterns. Number second is privacy. Second is employee data privacy and security because HR system deal with a highly sensitive employee information. Number 3 is transparency. Third is explainability. Employees and candidates need to understand how important AI supported decisions are being made. Number 4 is workforce replacement. The concern is increasing automation may change the job role and creates workforce replacement concerns. Number 5 is human oversight. And finally, human oversight and ethical governance are essential. These are 5 concerns are directly reflected in areas. Now, let me illustrate with these a practical example. Imagine an organization receives hundreds of job applications for a single position. An AI-based recruitment system can rapidly screen these applications and shortlist candidates based on predefined criteria. This can significantly reduce the time for initial screening. But here is the ethical question. What if the historical hiring data used to train the system contained bias? The AI could unintentionally reproduce that bias. Therefore, the HR professional must audit the AI output, check the fairness across demographic groups, and retain the final decision-making authority. In other words, you see, AI should support the HR professionals. It should not replace human judgment. The principle is explicitly stated that real-life example and conclusion. Now we moving to the forward conclusion. To conclude, this research shows that the artificial intelligence has significant potential to transform human resource management. It can improve efficiently decision support and employee experience, but responsible
therefore focus on fairness, transparency, data protection, trust, ethical governance, and continuous human oversight. The future of AI in HRM should not be human versus mechanism or machines. It should be human empowered by machines, with humans remaining accountable for the decision. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you for such an insightful session. Moving forward to our next paper, that is derivatives as carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, computer-aided drug designing of higher hydrogen and firewall. We have Dr. Maljeet Singh to present this paper.
Good afternoon everyone. I am presenting this work on the behalf of Dr. Mangalmay Group, Assistant Professor, CSE of CSE Department at NIT, Noida. This topic is computer-aided drug design of thiazole and trazole derivatives as carbonic anhydrase inhibitors. Basically using computational tools to predict how good certain molecules are at blocking specific enzymes. Let us first set the context. CADD or computer-aided drug design. Let us evaluate and design drug molecules computationally. Before ever synthesizing them into labs, it saves us cost and time. Our target design in carbonic anhydrase specifically are two, CA9 and CA12, which are overexpressed in hypoxic tumors, meaning oxygen-starved tumor regions. So, inhibiting these is a recognized anti-cancer strategy. To qualify how well a molecule inhibits this enzyme, we use IC50, the concentration needed to block 50% of enzyme activity. We convert this to PIC50, higher PIC means a stronger inhibitor, and QSR, that is quantitative structure activity relationship, is the method that links a molecular structure feature to its biological activity. Okay, our aim was to build a 2D QSAR model that predicts inhibitory activity of these thiazole and trazole derivatives against carbonic anhydrase. So the objective is generate molecular receptor, select the meaningful ones, use multiple linear regression, evaluate the model correlation and predictive power. So the study design in short is 22 compounds with a mix of 1,3,4 thiazole and 1,2,4 trazole, drawn in 2D structure in chemistry sketch, receptor calculated in Dragon software, statistics done in NCSS and MLRA, and the final model predicts logic IC50. Let us go on to the material method. The 22 compounds were obtained from Sufran and AI published data. Structures were drawn in ChemStep 12.0. The exported to Dragon 6.0, which calculated a wide range of receptors. These receptor values were statistically analyzed in NCSS, SPSS, and MStat. Could also be used. And multiple linear regression analysis (MLRA) was used to connect these receptors to the actual biological activity. down to receptor type. Constitutional, simple count like number of atoms and bonds. Topological, how atoms connect, molecular size and branch. Geometrical, molecular size in 3D space. Then we go to electrostatic, how charge is distributed across the molecule. And last we have quantum chemical, means energy related properties like binding energy, dipole moment and orbital energy. Next give results. Our best model uses 4 receptors and achieves R square equals to 0.71, that is the strongest fit we got. Two compounds number 10 and 22 showed usually higher individual, so we flagged them as outliers. Before removing them, the same 4 receptors model only used these 0.604. So these outliers were generally dragging the model down. At last we have cross-validation and model failure. To check the model isn't just overfitting, we cross-validated it across 4 versions, models 22, 22, 25. Adding one receptor at a time, R plus CV is steadily improved from 0.295 to 0.669 and we press SS by drop from 0.705 to 0.331. Model 25 our 4 receptor models at best are R plus CV. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we have last paper for the day, that is machine learning based speech emotion recognition of user-centric application. For this, I would like to invite Dr. Vibula Mukul for the presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am going to present machine learning based speech emotion recognition on the behalf of Ms. Mridula Mukul. Before I begin, I would like you to think about one simple thing. When we talk to someone, do we understand only their words? No. We also understand their emotions from the way they speak, whether they sound happy, sad, angry, afraid, or surprised. And this is exactly what speech emotion recognition or SER tries to achieve using machine learning. So let me take you through how a machine can understand emotion from human speech. Why speech emotion recognition matters? Speech communicates much more than just words. Our voice contains important information such as pitch, energy, and spectral characteristics which can provide clues about our emotion state. However, recognition emotions from speech is not as simple as it sounds. A real world system has to work with different speakers, languages, recording conditions, and limited response time. If we can solve these challenges, emotions aware system can make human-computer interactions much more natural and user-friendly. The main objective of this work is to develop a practical speech emotion recognition pipeline. The system combines engineered acoustic features with deep learning to automatically classify emotions from speech. The study mainly focuses on 3 things. First is feature extraction, where features such as MFCC, pitch, energy, and zero crossing rate are obtained from speech. Second is model comparison. 3 machine learning approaches are compared: SVM, random forest, and CNN. And the third is development perspective. The purpose system is designed to provide an emotional label along with the confidence score which can then be used by other applications. Now let's look at how speech emotion recognition has developed. Traditional systems generally use handcrafted features such as MFCC, pitch, and energy with models like SVM, KLM, or HMM. Example approaches combine different acoustic features and use models such as speech and precision. The system receives a speech signal. Second is pre-processing. The speech is resembled, modelized, and silence is removed. The signal is then divided into short frames. The third is featured extraction. Features such as 13 FCCs long with their delta and delta coefficients, pitch, energy, and zero crossing rate are extracted. The fourth is classification. These features are given to a machine learning model which predicts the emotional state. And finally, the application layers receives the predicted emotions and its confidence score. Now, let's talk about the experimental setup. The study uses a benchmark emotional speech corpus. The emotions considered are happy, sad, angry, neutral, fearful, and surprised. The evaluation is speaker independent, meaning the system is evaluated with consideration for different speakers. The data is divided into training, validations, and testing sets. Three classifications are compared. The first is SBF with an RBF kernel. The second is random forest with 200 estimators. And the third is a CNF consisting of 4 convolutional blocks followed by fully connected layers and a softmax output. Now we come to one of the most important slides, the result. The CNN clearly performed better than the other two models. The purpose CNN achieves an accuracy of 89.4% in comparison SBM achieves 79.2%, while random forest achieves 81.5%. So the CNN provides an improvement of approximately 8 to 10 percentage point over SBM. Why does CNN perform better? The reason is that deep learning can automatically learn useful spectrotemporal patterns from speech that may be difficult to capture using manually designed features. So this result shows the advantage of learning representation of emotion recognition. However, no machine learning model is perfect. The system still has difficulty distinguishing between some emotionally similar classes. For example, happy and surprised can sometimes be confused. Similarly, sad and neutral also can be difficult to distinguish. Therefore, when selecting a model for development, we should consider not just accuracy but also response time and computational requirements. Now, let's look at where this technology can be used. First, adaptive virtual assistants can adjust their response tone based on the user's predicted emotions. Second is call-centered analytics. Third is e-learning emotional causes can provide an additional signal about the student engagement. The fourth is cyber monitoring can potentially support the detection of stress of learning. And finally, well-being applications can use emotional trends as a supportive signal. Limitations and directions. Although the results are promising, there are several limitations. The evaluation is mainly based on benchmark data, so further real-world validation is still required. Cross-corpus and cross-lingual generalization also remain important challenges. Another limitation is that CLNS require more resources compared with similar models, and as we discussed earlier, similar emotions can still difficult to separate. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your research work. And with this, we come to the conclusion of session 2, day 2. Thank you so much, everyone. We truly appreciate the time, effort, and knowledge that each one of you has contributed to this session. I request everyone to kindly remain seated and join us for the valedictory session of ICC SEM 2026 after a short break. We will resume shortly at 3:55 p.m. Thank you. very good evening, everyone. As we gather for the concluding session of International Conference or Convergence of Science, Engineering and Management, it is my privilege to extend a very warm welcome to all present here. At the very outset, I would like to respectfully acknowledge and welcome the esteemed management of Mangalmay Group of Institutions, whose vision, guidance and continuous support have been instrumental in making this conference a success. We extend a respectful greeting to our Chief Patron, Dr. Atul Mangal, Honorable Chairman MGI in absentia, our Patron, Dr. Ayush Mangal, Honorable Vice Chairman MGI, Dr. Preena Mangal, Honorable Executive Director MGI. We sincerely acknowledge their continuous encouragement and support towards this prestigious conference. It is also my privilege to extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished dignitaries and esteemed guests. A warm welcome to Professor Dr. Amit Agarwal, Conference Chair, Professor Dr. Ajay Pratap Sir, Director IQAC MIMT, respected HOD Sir. We are deeply honored by the presence of our guest of honor, Dr. Sapna Chaudhary Ma'am, Dr. A.P. Srivastava Sir. I also extend a very warm welcome to all our respected members, faculty members, researchers, academicians, industry professionals and dear participants. Once again, a very warm welcome. So I now request all the dignitaries to please come on the dais so that we can start the next session. Dr. Shri Ma'am and Pratibha Ma'am, also please join on the dais. To begin this auspicious valedictory session, let us seek the blessing of Goddess Saraswati, the symbol of knowledge, wisdom and learning. I request all the dignitaries to please join us for the lamp lighting ceremony. Ajay sir, please join. And now it's the time to present a Tulsi sapling to our guest of honor. And for that, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Amit Agarwal sir to please kindly present a Tulsi sapling to our guest of honor, Dr. Sapna Chaudhary.
Chair.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. And now, conference highlight and outcome. A conference became truly meaningful when an exchange of ideas translates into learning, collaboration, and actionable outcome. To present the highlight and key outcome of ICC SEM, request Dr. Shivi Srivastava to kindly share the conference summary and outcome with us. Ma'am, please, the stage is yours. Kindly come here.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, all of you. I am Dr. Shivi Srivastava. I am here for summarizing conference highlights and outcomes. Over 2 days, the International Conference of Convergence of Science, Engineering, Management (ICC) SCM 2026 brought together researchers, academicians, and professionals from various institutions. We have received 168 papers from various prestigious universities and colleges from India. Out of 168 papers, 45 papers are selected for proceeding. ICC 2026 convened under the leadership of our Chief Pattern, Dr. Atul Mangal sir, Honorable Chairman of MGI, our Pattern, Dr. Ayush Mangal sir, Honorable Vice Chairman of MGI, Dr. Prerna Mangal ma'am, Executive Director of MGI. The conference was chaired by Director of IQAC, Professor Dr. Ajay Pratap Singh sir, and Director of Engineering, Amit Kumar Agrawal sir. The convener of ICCM 2026 is Professor Dr. Arun Pratap Srivastava sir. The inauguration session was graced by Professor Dr. Sonia Bansal, Chief Guest, and Mr. Bharat Chandet sir, Guest of Honor for Day 1. For Guest of Honor Day 2, Dr. Sukra Chaudhary ma'am from IIM University. Keynote address was delivered by Dr. Harsh Khattar from Kite University, Dr. Julie Priyani ma'am for IIM University, and the international keynote speaker Dr. Mageshwari ma'am for USI University, Malaysia. Session chair for Day 1, Dr. Rajkumar sir from Kite University, and for Day 2, Dr. Prati Tripathi from NIT Greater Noida, and Dr. Deshwatan sir. In this SCM 2026, there were 3 technical sessions conducted and 3 keynote speakers invited. The theme of conference is Science and Computing, Engineering and Technology, Management and Internship, and Emerging Technologies in Smart Society. The delegation focused on the emerging technologies and innovation, interdisciplinary research, and their application to contemporary challenges. Research scholars and faculty came from prestigious institutions such as IITM University, James Bennett University, LIT Greater Noida, Satyam Darshan, IIMT University, IEC Greater Noida, NIT, and many more. The event successfully promoted collaborative research, identified future opportunities, and showcased good innovative research outcomes under the sponsorship of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. Thank you all faculties and participants to give efforts and contribution to make this conference successful.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And now we come to a very important part of today's session. It is our privilege to hear from the esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Sapna Chaudhary, whose presence has added immense value and distinction to this occasion. But before I invite ma'am, let me briefly introduce Dr. Chaudhary to you all. Dr. Chaudhary is an assistant professor at IIM University, Greater Noida, with over 11 years of experience in teaching and research in electronics and communication engineering. She holds a PhD from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. Her research area includes 5G communication, millimeter wave, terahertz antennas, and radar antennas. She has published research paper in reputed journals and conference, and she is a member of IEEE and UMA. So let's welcome ma'am with a big round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. It has been a great pleasure and honor to be part of this conference. I sincerely want to thank to Honorable Director Sir, Organizing Committee, and all the team of MIMT for making this conference successful. I also want to thanks to all the distinguished speakers, researchers, faculty members, and participants for their valuable contribution. I want to send my sincere. I'm a bit nervous. because I think the conference was very good. So I just want to provide my sincere those. So thank you all, and I will also all the best for this conference. It was very informative and good experience.
Thank you so much, Ram, for all your inspiring words and insightful address. It's time and it's privilege to invite Professor Dr. Amit Agarwal, sir, session chair of this conference, to address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts on the successful culmination of ICC SEM. So that you might get this.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening. Respected Chief Guest, distinguished guest, esteemed keynote speaker, invited speaker, chairperson, researcher, academician, and industry professionals, delegates, member of the organizing committee, faculty members, research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege and honor to deliver the beneficial addresses of this international conference. As we come to the conclusion of 2 days of meaningful academic deliberation, intellectual exchange, and scholarly interaction, I am filled with a deep sense of satisfaction and gratitude. The conference has truly been a platform where idea meets innovation, research meets experiences, and academia meets industry. Reflection on the conference. Over the past 2 days, we have witnessed stimulating keynote addresses, insightful technical session, paper presentation, panel discussion, and constructive interaction among academicians, researchers, industry experts, and students. The quality and diversity of the research presented here demonstrate that challenges require not merely conventional solutions but interdisciplinary thinking, technological innovation, and collaboration research. The discussion also have reminded us that the true purpose of our conference is not simply to present research paper or exchange information. Its really purpose is to create new questions, develop new collaboration, and inspire new possibilities. I sincerely hope that the ideas generated during these 2 days will travel beyond the conference hall and translate into meaningful research publication, innovation projects, industry collaboration, entrepreneurial initiative, and solution to real world problems. As we conclude this conference, I would like to emphasize that the validity session is not an ending. It is the beginning of the next phases of our academic journey. The conversation that started here should continue through research collaboration, joint publication, faculty and student exchange, funded projects, innovation, and knowledge sharing platform. Let us therefore carry forward not only the certificates and memories of this conference, but also the ideas, partnership, and inspiration that we have gained here. On behalf of Mangalmay Institute of Management and Technology, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Management, Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, Keynote Speaker, and invited experts for gracefully accepting our invitation and enriching this conference with their knowledge, experience, and valuable insights. I extend my sincere appreciation to all the research authors and delegates who traveled from different institutions and regions to participate in this academics, and your research contribution and active participation have been the real strength of this conference. My special appreciation goes to the section chair, review committee, technical committee, and member of the organizing team for their tireless efforts in ensuring the smooth conduct of the conference. I also congrats to faculty members, research scholars, student volunteers, and technical and admin staff who committed coordination and behind the scenes efforts made this event successfully. And finally, I would like to acknowledge the contribution of every individual who worked directly or indirectly for the success of this conference. An event of this scale is never the achievement of one person, it is the accomplishment of the entire team. As an institution committed to quality education, research, innovation, and development, Mangalmay Institute looks forward to strengthening its academic and research partnership and participating institution and organization. We believe that conference such as this provide an important foundation for building a vibrant research ecosystem and thus contributing toward the large vision of the technological, empowered, innovative and Viksit Bharat. I am confident that many of these ideas discussed during these 2 days will evolve into collaborative research, innovative solution and impactful contribution of the society. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a beautiful thought. A successful conference is not measured by how well it done, but by what beginning because of it. Let us therefore ensure that the spirit of the conference continues long after we leave this seminar hall. Let us continue to question, explore, innovative, collaborative and create. With these words, I once again congratulate all the participants, presenter, organizer and support for making this international conference for a memorable and intellectual and rich event. Thank you for your valuable presence, your expertly contribution and your enthusiastic participation. Thank you.
I thank our conference chair for valedictory address. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and guidance. So, as we approach the conclusion of this prestigious conference, it is time to express our gratitude to everyone who contributed to its success. I now invite Ms. Pratibha Pandey to propose vote of thanks. Ma'am, kindly take the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we come close to this truly enriching and inspiring session, it is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of entire organizing team of ICC-SEL 2026. Standing here today, I am filled with a deep sense of gratitude and satisfaction for what began as an idea several months ago has today taken the shape of this international conference of convergence of science, engineering and management, bringing together researchers, academicians and students from across the countries and beyond under one roof. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our chief patron, Dr. Atul Mangal sir, Chairman NGI, for his constant vision, encouragement and unwavering support that has made this conference possible. My sincere thanks also goes to our patrons, Dr. Ayush Mangal sir, Vice Chairman NGI, and Dr. Prema Mangal, Ma'am, Executive Director NGI, whose guidance and blessings have been the driving force behind every academic initiative at Mangalmay, including this one. I extend my sincere and respectful thanks to our guest of honor, Mr. Bharat Chandra Upeti, Director HR, Interlocal Noida, and to our chief guest, Professor Dr. Sonia Bansal, Chairperson, Department of Physics, and Director, International Affairs, J.C. Bose University of Science and Technology, YMCA, Faridabad, for gracing this occasion with their presence and for the invaluable insights they shared with us. Their words have added immense value to the deliberations of this conference and will continue to inspire our young researchers. I am equally thankful to our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Harsh Khattar, Professor Kite Ghaziabad, Dr. Julie Priani, Professor IIM University, Dr. Maheshwari, Professor UCSI Malaysia, for so generously sharing their knowledge, research experience and thought-provoking perspective to us. Their addresses have opened new avenues of thinking for everyone present in the auditorium. My sincere thanks to Dr. Ari Pratap Srivastava sir, who is convener, Dr. Ajay Pratap Singh sir, Director IQAC, Dr. Amit Kumar Mandal sir, Director Engineering, who are also conference chairs, Dr. Seema Srivastava ma'am, who is Technical Program Chair, Dr. Dhananjay sir, who is Conference Coordinator, Mr. Ravindra Singh Yadav sir, who is the Treasurer. For their tireless efforts, meticulously planning and constant guidance at every stage of organizing this conference. It is their leadership
of this 2 days event. I would also like to place on record our sincere appreciation for the Technical Advisory Committee and International Advisory Committee comprising of eminent professors and researchers from prestigious universities across India and abroad. Their scholarly guidance in shaping the themes and reviewing the submissions have been instrumental in maintaining the academic rigor of this content. We are deeply grateful to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University for sponsoring this conference and lending it to the academic patronage which has given this platform the credibility and reach it deserves. A very special word of thanks to all the authors, researchers, delegates, faculty members and student participants who submitted their valuable research papers and traveled from various institutions to be the part of ICC-SEM 2026. Your active participation, insightful questions and enthusiastic engagement across all the technical sessions are what truly give meaning and purpose to the conference of this school. I would like to thank session chairs Dr. Rajkumar Sir, Ghaziabad, and Dr. Prachur Pati Ma'am, along with Dr. Arun Kumar Sir and Dr. Devdatan Sir for so ably steering the technical paper presentation sessions to all the anonymous reviewers. No conference of this magnitude is possible without a quite dedication of those working behind the scenes. I sincerely thank faculty and staff of the Department of Engineering, the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Research and Development Committee, our student volunteers, technical team, media team, whose hard work over the past several months and relentless efforts through these 2 days have ensured that everything ran smoothly, from registration to the very last session. Lastly, I once again thank each one of you, our dignitaries, delegates, faculty members, students, for making this conference a success through your presence, participation and enthusiasm. It is a collective energy that has truly given life to the theme of this conference, the convergence of science, energy, engineering and management for a better tomorrow. With this, I formally propose the vote of thanks and bring the International Conference on Convergence of Science, Engineering and Management, ICC-SEM 2026 to a close. Thank you. I wish all of you a safe journey.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the vote of thanks, and it's time to present a token of appreciation to the guest of honor. So I would like to request Dr. Ajay Pratap sir and Dr. A.P. Srivastava sir to jointly come and present a memento to our guest of honor. And now, as we conclude this prestigious conference, I request everyone to kindly rise and join us for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा कावेरम उत्कलबंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे